All right, welcome into another 5-minute Powers play. I got Coach Powers with me, and the coach of a ranked team. How does that sound?
Hey, it's good. You know, we think our guys earned it. Our guys earned that notoriety and recognition. And now the key is to certainly not be content in any way. It wasn't our goal ever to just be ranked in the top 20. We have much bigger goals to accomplish, and it's a milestone we can check off, and we need to move forward.
First thing I want to say, I should have said, is congratulations on 200 wins here at ASU. That's quite an accomplishment since you haven't even completed 11 full seasons yet, right?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even know, honestly. Mitch told me before Saturday's game. He asked a question. It was a trick question, and I had no idea where he was going with it, and it was that. So yeah, I mean, I think it's cool. I think it's a credit to all the people that have been involved with hockey at Arizona State over the last decade to help us get to where we are, especially the players, all those guys that we went through an incredible era in the ACHA, winning a national championship, 3 state Final Fours. So those are the guys that made that happen, and then certainly these guys are now picking up where those guys left off.
Let's talk about way back when you took the job as the ACHA coach. What were you thinking? What did you think this program could do? What were your goals?
The goal was very simple. It was just to focus on what was right in front of us. We never thought or tried to make this an NCAA program. We wanted to bring a level of professionalism to ASU hockey that had never been there before, and I think we did that rather quickly. And the goal was just to become the very best ACHA program in the country, and we did that very quickly. And it ended up translating into an opportunity at this level and impressing upon the right people, having an incredibly supportive athletic director and president to elevate a club program, an outside-of-the-box innovative guy like Ray is. And so many things had to fall into place, and a lot of it was luck, a lot of it was circumstance. But that was it. It was just to become the very best at what we were at that time.
I think you're being a little modest because a lot of it was hard work. I know how hard you work. I know how hard you work to recruit players, and I know how hard you work with them on the ice. And I want to talk to you a little bit today about the practice time out here. I watch you guys every Tuesday, and I think you get more fun out of small area games and 2-on-2 full ice than any coach I've ever witnessed. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean that's our it's ingrained in our culture and how we've defined what Be the Tradition is. If you're having fun, you're playing free. If you're having fun, you're playing the best hockey that you've played. Anybody that's played the game, whether they're mites, squirts, peewees, bantams, college, or pros, they'll tell you. When you're genuinely having fun out there as a group, you're playing your best hockey. And so we try to ingrain that into our guys every day in practice, especially on Tuesdays, and let them compete, let them have fun, let them battle. And you see it. These guys are having fun together, and it's translating into success when it matters most.
I mentioned to you in the press conference on Saturday, it might have been the best weekend I've seen your team back check as a group. Both games, they were back, they were cutting down shots. Joey commented about only having 20 shots and none on the 5-minute power play against Jared Gorley. So what were your thoughts on the back checking? Was I seeing that correctly, or...
I think so. We continue to put a huge emphasis on not getting beat up the ice, and our guys take a lot of pride in that. And if you can, really have persistent hard back pressure, college hockey is a fast, skilled game, and if you can take that away from some of these high-end teams that are so lethal when they have odd man rushes on entries, you're going to have a lot of success. And I think we did last weekend. We didn't have really, any sustained. We didn't give much sustained ozone pressure to our opponent, and that's evidenced in the shot count. So they weren't ever really able to get in clean, set up clean, without feeling pressured, and that's what we want. We want to take away time and space in all areas, and we don't have the puck to go get the puck back, and our guys are doing that.
I think when you look at your philosophy on things, you like to pressure, you like to have good solid goaltending, you like to be able to break out clean. You're doing all of that this season. You're actually now about a third of the way through the season. Is this kind of what you were hoping you'd be, or where you would be at this point?
The guys are certainly executing at the level that we want them to. There's areas we can clean up always, but we knew we would take a step this year. We knew we were confident in the guys that we have and our vision and the direction we were headed. A lot of people like to maybe criticize our win-loss record last year without really peeling back the onion and understanding how close we were. When you tie 5 games and you lose 10 games by a goal or on an empty net goal, you're not far off, and we weren't. And so the guys that experienced those growing pains and those bumps in the road, so to speak, they're all upperclassmen now and leading the way, and the freshmen have come in and gotten us over that hump with all those guys' experience. So I can't say I'm surprised at our success. We didn't quantify what taking a step would look like. We just knew that we would take a step.
I know you break the season down, and I know you're looking at these next 6 games on the road as very important to you, but talk about just how important it is to getting out to Harvard and showing well and winning, right?
Yeah, I mean, continue to validate our start. That's and not make sure that this great start that our guys have had doesn't go to waste. We want to validate it every night, and the only way to do that is to continue to do what we've done to get to this point, and that's focus on every day at practice, having fun, competing, playing with pace and detail in practice, and having it translate over into our next game. There's one thing those guys are looking at and being told to focus on right now, and that's Friday night against Harvard, and that's it. That's literally it.
What do you know about Harvard? You've played them before. You have a little idea of what Ted Donato's got up his sleeve, I'm sure. But what are you expecting out of them this weekend?
Well, he's an unbelievable coach. He's an even better guy. So he's unbelievable. A great program, a lot of talent, unbelievable decor from top to bottom. Maybe the best defenseman in the country with Adam Fox. I think he already has 12 points in 5 games from the back end. Power plays at 40%, so we're going to have to stay out of the box. And I don't want to see that kid dancing around with the puck on the blue line too much. So they're good. I mean, they're incredibly talented. They're only 5 games into their season. They haven't quite hit their stride yet because they're still in the beginning parts of their season because they're an Ivy. But they're going to give us all we can handle and more, and we're going to have to be our very best to go in there and have a chance to win.
Coach, let's finish up by talking about 2 individuals. I know your team is a team, but you got a couple of individuals that are gathering some national attention with their performances to this point. And let's start with Joey Decord. You're a goaltender, past goaltender. You know what it means to stop a lot of pucks. Give me your thoughts on Joey and where he's at right now.
I think Joey's been tremendous. He's carried the whole load for us. He's played in every minute of the season, and he's winning games. And really other than the Friday night Penn State game, he's been lights out. And he wasn't bad in that game. He just wasn't as good as he had been in the other 11. So he's given us a chance to win every night, and that's all you can ask out of your goalie. And he's already got 3 shutouts on the year, so he's feeling good about himself, and he's confident right now, and he gets to go back home to Boston this weekend and play in front of his friends and family, and hopefully he'll continue doing what he's doing.
And, of course, Johnny had a rough weekend in the points part of it. But, again, he's shooting the puck. He's hitting pipes. He's just missing. I'm guessing you're not too worried about Johnny Walker.
Nope, not worried at all. He's a threat every time he touches the ice. And if programs want to really key in on Johnny, which they have, it's going to open up things for everybody else and continue to balance out our scoring, which is exactly what's happened. We've had incredible balance. The guys are stepping up in every area. We have 1 regular in our lineup that hasn't scored a goal yet. I think that speaks volumes to the balance and talent that we have from top to bottom, and Johnny's certainly a big piece of that.
Coach, I appreciate your time. Go out to Harvard, bring back a couple more wins for us, and let's get into double-digit wins early.
Yeah, we'll try.